Hello, hello. This is Dawn McCoy with Flourish Leadership Group, where I ignite your leadership to the next level. Look, I'm so glad you tuned in tonight. If you're here live, put a one in the box. If you're joining in for the replay, type hashtag replay. We are just about to jump into a new year, and I would be remiss if I did not say I am ready. How about you? We are going to be brief and focused tonight in our discussion of just talking about leaping into our leadership roles, into a new year, leaping into new horizons, leaping into new color, new design, new flash, everything. It is a way to just make sure that we hit a reset button and a restart. We are off to the races, folks. Leadership is not something that happens in a vacuum or goes on and off a clock. And so I want to encourage us to think about, as we are leaders, whatever capacity we have, wherever we're leading, whatever we're doing, whatever endeavor, we are taking on leadership 125% every single day. It doesn't stop. So I want to encourage you, if you have not already encouraged someone today who's already in a leadership role, nudge them along. If there's someone who's looking to get into a leadership role, pull them along. I want to encourage us to think about, what is leadership in that space? Not just something that's a one-time thing. It's a continuum. And so that's why I'm saying leaping into leadership. We are on the heels of the season of Advent here in the United States and around North America and the world, looking at this blessed time of year, but more importantly, looking at a time of leaping into leadership roles and capacities. I want us to think about what we can do. And so over the next few days, 12 in fact, we are going to be leaping into some leadership. And so I want to encourage you, if you're not already tuned in, put on your notifications, make sure you're checking in when that bell goes off, when you see me light up and say, aha, it's time for some leadership discussion. And if you know someone who needs to join in, why is this so important? Folks, more important than anything else right now, we need better leadership. We need people to be thinking about pushing themselves to be better in whatever they're doing. We need people to be thinking about how they are grooming people to be in a leadership role. And more importantly, we need to transition and transfer knowledge, power, information, etc., so that we are not just leaving behind books and resources or maybe just dusty notes, but we are making sure to build a continuum. It's a legacy. Let me give you a really fabulous example. I come from a family of quilters. Many of you know, if you've read my Leadership Building Blocks book, I talk about legacy and the importance of carrying on a tradition. In my family, the family of quilters and seamstress and folks who really have exquisite talent for weaving together intricate pieces, taking parts here and there and pulling them together, patchworks and beautiful wall coverings, beautiful bed quilts. And so I am honored to be part of the family while I cannot sew a stitch. And so I am in various ways articulate in that way of weaving together ideas and stories and themes. So I want you to work with me. Think about these profound tapestries pulled together, their legacy. Not just something that is in the closet or bought off the purchase, but there were wonderful, wonderful quilts that I had seen that were not just something that was here today, but it was a scrap that had been from someone else's quilt box. It was something that had been from a quilt that had been put together previously. It was some new material that was purchased, all pulled together to tell a story, all intricately woven together to be able to tell a message. And so why this is so important, paralleled with leadership, is that what we do, everything we partake and how we live and what we document and how we have all the roles that we partake in, our community roles, family roles, and otherwise, we have to tell those stories. And as we do that, as we document that and pull that together into quilts, it's our leadership legacy. So I want to implore you, if you have not already thought about being in a role or thinking about what you can do, quickly just jot down ideas. Parents do it every day. We give lectures to children. People who are in leadership capacities give direction, instruction. Write down and keep manuals and other types of documents. So in this 12 days and 12 leadership leaping days, all we need to do is to talk about leadership at its fundamental, its core, and more importantly, about what we can do about leaving behind a legacy as leaders. As you know, leadership is now more important than ever, because we have to leave behind a legacy in what we do and how we serve others. You can find out more about what I do at flourishleadership.com. legacy leadership, communications development, productivity hacks, resources, all of the above. We have to keep momentum going. And so if you have not already followed what I'm doing, I want to encourage you to do so. If you know of someone who wants to join in for the fun here on Sunday evening with some discussion, I want you to tune in Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern, here at Dawn McCoy Books, but also join me across social, posting things over on other platforms. Catch me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc., because there's lots of good information out there for leadership development across the board. But in my world, that's what I speak and what I want to help you understand and to reinforce to those who are aspiring to leadership roles. Well, that's all I wanted to share with you this evening, to be able to share about leadership development and what we can do to be better leaders and being a resource to those we serve. Till we meet again, be enlightened, be enriched, be empowered. Take care now.